MCAT quiz time, see if you know how to apply the Venturi effect. According to the Venturi effect, when a fluid flows through a narrower section of a tube, what happens to its pressure? Here is our tube, and the fluid is flowing from right to left, and it's going from the wider section of the pipe to the more narrow section of the pipe. The continuity equation tells us that the volumetric flow, which is Q, so the amount of fluid that's flowing over here at point 1, is equal to the amount of fluid flowing at point 2, which we say is Q2. So Q2 is equal to Q1. The volumetric flow, so Q, is equal to the velocity of the fluid times the area of that section of the pipe. Looking at Q1, we would say that the velocity at point 1 times the area, the cross-sectional area at point 1, is equal to the volumetric flow at point 1. Since Q1 is equal to Q2, we can say that the velocity times the area at point 2 is equal to the velocity times the area at point 1. And then when we look over here at point 1, we can see that that cross-sectional area is really large. So it has a large cross-sectional area. That means that the velocity has to be lower if the right side of the equation is going to stay equal to the left side of the equation. And then when that cross-sectional area decreases over at point 2, so the cross-sectional area is lower, that velocity is going to increase to keep it equal to the right side of the equation. And then you can use Bernoulli's principle to prove this, or you can just have it memorized. Anytime velocity increases with a fluid, the pressure that that fluid exerts on its surroundings decreases. So that means over here at Q2, we have a higher velocity, but we have a lower pressure. Versus at Q1, the velocity has decreased, but the pressure has done the opposite. That's also what these two pipes are showing. Since the fluid over here is exerting less pressure, it's not pushing the fluid up this pipe as much. But over here, the fluid is exerting more pressure because it's moving more slowly. So it's exerting a lot of pressure on that fluid, and that's why that fluid moves up higher in these pipes. So whenever there's more pressure, the fluid moves up higher compared to where there's less pressure. All of this just goes to show that B is your correct answer because the pressure is going to decrease anytime that velocity increases.